Hey Ashley,
Good morning.
how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. This is my friend Crystal. This is Ashley. I'm excited to introduce you guys.
Hi,
Hi,
Ashley.
Crystal. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, I'm very good. How about you?
Good.
Good.
So
I'm
I
happy to
know,
be here.
what'd you say?
Happy to be here.
Yay. I know
Yeah,
Ashley has 30 minutes, so we'll probably record and get going and jump in. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll introduce Crystal and then we can dive in.
that's good.
Okay?
Sound. Yes.
So you'll record, girl?
It's recording.
It is? Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't know why I don't see that. It needs to be bigger, like recording now. Okay. Hey, everybody, if you're hopping on, just say where you're from. I love just seeing everybody from all over. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. But I want to introduce you guys. I know you guys have seen Ashley and I before. I want to introduce you to Crystal, who is actually my coach. So to me, this is like a privilege. I'm like giving you gold right here because I was trying to think of when I met Crystal, but I think it's been like 7 or 8 years. I don't even know. We joined a Christian coaching course, and that's a whole nother story. But to see Crystal go from this, I just being honest, like shy, timid, totally addicted to being in her comfort zone, we joked about all the time. And now I'm seeing her blossom in 7 or 8 years, you guys. Can you imagine how different your life could be? And like she's
Yes.
catapulted into this, she's an author, I mean, the most amazing. I'm grateful to call her a friend, but I also get to call her a coach. And she's intuitive. She's like, just will tell you the truth about who you are. And I can't say enough about her. So I just want to introduce you guys to her. I'm excited to have you. Thanks for being on, Crystal.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're so right. I am not everybody's cup of tea. So I really do tell people the truth, and some people don't appreciate it. But, I really do like to speak truth into people's lives because I believe that will help them to facilitate making the changes that are necessary. Yeah, as you said, as you talked about the comfort zone, that is just bringing up stuff for me.
I wondered. I wondered. Yeah, that was a long time ago. And you've come a
Yes.
long way.
Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. And so when I think of my life back then, gosh, I am a completely different person. I think you are too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, we actually lived in a very small home. We struggled with, I mean, we didn't struggle a lot with money, but today we're multi-million dollar investors and we live on an acreage. Everything is completely different, different life. And how that happens is we change our inner world. And that's exactly what I help people do. We make the changes on the inside. And one of the things that I have, I guess it's one of my determinations. Like I want changes faster, faster, faster. Like if there's a modality, I when I started training, the modalities were 2 hours long. And there's still it's still necessary to go into emotional patterns where we clear full emotional patterns within 2 hour sessions. But when I started, the process was really slow and it took a long time. And I'm like, nope, not gonna work for me. We have to speed this up. So that has been my journey of the last, I don't know, 15 years, maybe 10 years, where I have been certified in a modality and I have just progressed like this is not fast enough, this is a little bit too slow. And so that's the journey that I've been on is okay, we got to make these changes quickly. So that's what I do now. I make changes very quickly and the intuitive part really helps. And some people will, this is a Christian group, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, primarily Christian. So with my background, a lot of everybody is familiar. I guess most people are familiar with prophetic ministry. Is that right? Like, speaking, like getting I call it an intuitive message. It could be a prophetic message, but you're really just tuning in to God within you because God is not somewhere outside of you. God is in you. And so I keep bringing people back, taking people out of these control systems because we have been so trained to um, to to be obedient to these control systems. And that's where my passion is. Like, if you want to get me fired up, you talk about someone being controlled by somebody else or by a system, and then I'm like flames, okay? Because everyone here has God within them. Everyone has that source energy within them. They have that divine connection, and it's not found. And most people are looking to the system. Most people are looking like, please help me with this. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. But what I'm saying in this is that's their source. It's a man. That's their source. It's the system, a man. And that's not true. So I bring everybody back to the God within them because that's where their alignment is. That's where their true happiness is. That's where their purpose is found. That's where their answers are found. I won't even give people full prophetic messages because I know that they can get that for themselves.
Mm.
That.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just helped me. And I mean, you need a friend in your life that will tell you the truth. And I know it's hard to tell the truth sometimes, but many times you have said something to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so right. And I don't want her to be my source, right? So she's teaching me to hear within. And I have this lie, I believe that I need a coach, I need somebody, I can't hear on my own, but I'm learning that, right? So
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah, that's one of my passions is I will, and this is where we do need that coach. It's like, I mean, the truth is we're not going to go and do brain surgery on ourselves. It would be
That's a good example.
that would be difficult to do that. So there are those moments, and like for me, I needed a coach to show me, okay, Crystal, the essence of who you are, the way you're living your life, like here's another possibility, but you are doing this and you're living in this box. And to have someone to help me open up to, oh, there's another world outside of this box. Oh, I don't need the box. And like it progresses. Like even the thing is we will continue to evolve as we are on planet Earth. Like we will continue to evolve. I believe in manifesting heaven on earth. I want everyone manifesting heaven on earth because that is our inheritance. And the more we evolve, the more we think we know, but we end up the more we evolve, we find out that we don't know anything. The more you learn about like God within you, it's like, and if someone says, "Oh yeah, I know," like, you could quote me all the scriptures you want, you can quote me books. I don't care if you can quote me everything. If if you think that you know it all, that's your box. Because there's so much more. There's so much more to learn. There's so much more to experience. And we can just keep on evolving and experiencing more things along our path. Like it's never over. It's continuous. So
Yeah.
I think that's exciting too. I don't even know if I answered your question.
No, I love that. So, this group, Believing Big, Ashley and I started really just because we wanted a community. And like a lot of this is Christian women in business that maybe crave connection or feel alone and want support and want encouragement and maybe some strategy or clarity. So, talk about because you did not have a business so many years ago and now you're like here. So, talk about that journey. And again, maybe what support is helpful or how you can support women in that place.
Mm. Okay, so like supporting people like in what I do right now or
Like women in business.
women in
Right.
business. Women in business. I love that so much. Okay, so women in business. When I let's talk a little bit about the law of attraction with women in business because I actually have the new program coming out. That is a 3-month program. It is the attraction series. And I want to talk about some of the misnomers around the law of attraction. And so most people, they start up a business like me and they think, oh yeah, Jesus is going to help me and this is going to be so amazing. But what they don't realize is that they have all these unconscious programs running the show.
Mm.
And that's where the law of attraction comes in. So like if I have a glass here and it's full of water, and this is part of like what The Secret doesn't teach about the law of attraction. And I don't know if you're familiar with The Secret, but there's a book out there. Yeah, and it's about the law of attraction. Anyway, this cup is full of water. And so this would be, let's just pretend that this is our identity. Our identity, everything that we have within us, all the programs, all the unconscious programs, and now it's filled to the top. So now you're going to keep on attracting. So I'm going to back this up a little bit. Most people think that we attract based on what we're doing. So, if I say these affirmations, now I'm going to do that. No, that is not true. You attract who you are. So if you have this cup full of these unconscious programs, I'm not worthy. Mom told me I'm unworthy. Dad told me that I had to work really hard to get any kind of attention. That's full of my cup. So now that's going to spill over into my business. And so my cup is filled with everything I don't want. How are we going to even fit what I do want in here? That means that I have to change what's in here to experience something else out there. And so with women in business, this is really easy for me. I can read emotional patterns immediately. Someone comes in and I'm like, okay, here's someone they have. I can sometimes just look at them and I'll see the pattern written on their forehead. And that's the prophetic part of me. I just know it. I know what's running in at an unconscious level. I can go to the mall and I can see on people's foreheads different things. And I'm like, okay, but here's the thing. When we're in business, we will either so this is where I'm going to speak to the Christians because that's the primary group here, our
Yep.
Christian background, and mine is my Christian. I have a Christian background too, and I'm a very messy one, by the way.
I think
Um,
you were all messy.
yeah, they can be, but we didn't hide anything under the rug. So, so where was I going with this? Okay, so women in business. Because of the Christian background, a lot of Christians tend to think passively. So that's okay, I will just trust Jesus with this. Meanwhile, they have all these unconscious programs running in the background, actually running their life, running their identity, running their relationship with how they even relate to God, running everything. And so that's what we have to be able to change those unconscious programs because if that's running your life, that's exactly what you want to change. And that's what we do in Your Bold New Life, number one, where if you have issues with not being able to show up on social media, not being able to reach out to someone, then you'd want to start with the first 3 months. And the first 3 months is all about like shrinking and the patterns of hiding, lots of unconscious programs. The second part of this process that I've created is the law of attraction piece, where we will start going into, okay, now we're always magnets. We are always magnetically. So everything that you're experiencing today in your business is because you are magnetically experiencing that because you're attracting that. It's based on our inner, you can call them inner resources, our inner, like the structure, our unconscious programs, but it's based on that. And so if you don't like the way your business is, you have to change it. No one is going to come and change that for you. Even God Himself absolutely wants you living heaven on earth, but will not come down there and violate your free will and say, hey, let's take this out. No, you have to choose. Okay, I choose that, you know what? This is what I want. I want a successful business. I want, like 5 clients a week. Okay, so then let's find out why you're repelling the clients, why you're repelling money, why you don't think you deserve money. That's going to be one of the first weeks in the Law of Attraction series is the deserving, because we've been raised that, man, maybe we have to work for it, or there's something that we have to do. you don't deserve it. There's a lot of programs around deserving, but you get the point.
Yeah, no, that's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So again, I've been working on and off with Crystal for a while. And when I heard she had a program, I think it started in June, maybe. I don't know. I remember having to wait a month. And I'm like, wait, can we just start now? And she's like, well, maybe June. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's like, I was so excited to start. And then July was actually my biggest monthly income in my business. So I just want to say like this works. And if you don't have a coach, I don't care if I'm your coach, Ashley's your coach, Crystal's your coach. In my opinion, I believe you just need somebody
Mhm.
just encouraging you and breathing life into you. I know Ashley has multiple coaches. Ashley's coached me. That's how we actually got connected too. We were in a coaching program and we coached each other. We kind of practiced, and Ashley has an amazing gift as well. And you guys have heard me talk about her, but if you do not have a coach and you're not investing in yourself, like to me, I don't know. I don't know how you can be successful. That's just my opinion. I know Crystal has, I mean, you just always have to be investing in yourself. We are
Mhm.
so hard on ourselves in our brain and the way we talk to ourselves. It's like having just a one-on-one conversation with somebody can just completely change your life. I know Crystal, we can find you at crystalderksen.com. She does have free calls. There's a resources under, but tell us a little bit more about the attraction program that's starting, when it's starting, how to get a hold of you, all that fun stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I do have some PDFs so people I can put that in, I can send it to you, or I can put it in
Okay.
this. Um,
You
there's a
can share your
PDF.
screen if you want. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have
Yeah.
access,
If you'd
however
like
you
me.
want to roll.
Let's see.
Well, I can just add it too because it's up to you.
Well,
It's
you can
okay.
post in the group too, whatever's
Yeah.
easier.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll post both of the programs
Okay.
because here's the thing, the way I've set it up is you can actually enroll in either program, and I do sessions like so the sessions I will do are on Tuesday mornings between a certain period of time, and then Wednesday 5 and anytime after that. So those are both times that people tend to be available. But either way, there's two options. You can go to one call, but so far my track record has been really good for having everyone show up on every call. So that's great. And it's amazing. So one of the things that I do in the group is I will work with you for 20 to 30 minutes. We'll work on your emotional patterns. The other thing I do is I set it up in a way that your unconscious mind, so if I'm working with Miranda, Ashley, you can get the benefits. It's called borrowing benefits. And so while I'm working with Miranda, your unconscious mind is listening to these changes, and they're also making the changes as you listen to what I'm doing with Miranda. So it's a win-win. You don't even have to fully be aware of what you're doing. The unconscious mind knows how to make the changes. And it's interesting because I work with there's another lady that was in the last round of the I don't even know what I'm calling it. I think it's just Your Bold New Life, but it's really all about shrinking, like playing small. Um, I've worked with her for years, and as soon as she came into this group, she had more awarenesses based on listening to everybody else and more awarenesses about where she's stuck in her life. So that's another benefit is you get to hear where other people are at and you can start making those changes just based on me working with someone else and having awareness on an issue.
Yeah, I love group coaching. I absolutely learn from everybody else. And it also, you know what? It also reminds me that I'm not alone in my thoughts and sometimes we feel crazy, like messy and just like we do not have our
Yeah.
together. And it just validates a little bit that I'm normal.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yes, everybody can make certain changes. There's stuff in there. Everybody has stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
it,
Crystal also does, one-on-one calls, there's a lot of options. So just know that that's out there. But Can you talk about, I would love to, I know this is kind of out there, but you have three boys, and I would love to hear how your kind of your gifts in your parenting, because most of us are moms. So I'd
Mhm.
love to hear kind of your perspective on that.
Oh, this is a good one. So all three of them are very different, and you will know that your kids are not the same. They're very different. You're going to have one child, or maybe sometimes two, that will be the child. Like it's considered the archetype for that would be like the black sheep of the family. And so my middle one, he's just like me. In that sense, I did not fit into my family. And I'm not saying my middle son doesn't fit into the family. You have to know how to parent them because they're not the same. What they will do, that one child will mess up everything in the family. If you have a certain structure, they're going to be the one to um, I don't even, maybe I'm using the wrong words, mess it up. But if there's something in the family, that is the child that will help you getting out of the box to see things differently. They're the one that like they're the one that really helps to change and evolve the family. But here's the thing, in our world, they're not accepted.
Mhm.
So when I grew up, if I did anything, bad girl. you know, um, there she goes again making trouble, and I've been kicked out of churches. I remember the first time I was kicked out of church. And I mean, I'm the black sheep. When I step into a church, I just, I don't know, there's something that happens, okay? But I got kicked out of the church the first time was because I told someone that God wanted them well. That's all I said. But it was so not accepted in that church. It's still not accepted in that church. And my background is Mennonite, so we grew up with a lot of like I'm still around Mennonite culture. It has definitely changed, but it's still like, and there's still some very firm foundational beliefs and that's just what they stick to. But this is part of, so being a parent, having someone who is like the stirrer, that is a good thing. We've just got to know, we've got to change our mind about it. Like, this is the child that's helping us evolve to change. Like, what if we can do things this way? Yeah, all my boys are very different. So and to train them, they all know how to use the technique that I use in the group,
So good.
all of them. So if they have emotions, they don't tuck it under the rug. And this is actually what most people do. It's called coping mechanisms. They will tuck it under the rug, shove it away, start scrolling on their phone. Okay, like I gotta just like, oh, this feels better. No, it doesn't feel better because now you've just avoided everything that you felt. You
Yeah.
know, you can use sex, drugs, alcohol, scrolling. It's all the same thing, food. And those are all coping mechanisms if they're not used appropriately, just to not deal with that issue that you're experiencing. And so my boys really already have the awareness when an emotion comes up, what to do with it. They don't hide it, they don't run away from it. And some of them are really big emotions. And I give them the permission and the space to have big emotions without shutting them down.
Mm, yeah. So good.
That is so
Yeah.
Okay.
awesome. And
Go
that's
ahead.
so important, especially, I mean, obviously for all people. I would say more so too with young boys, young men, to be able to know how to process their emotions. And so just mother to mother, I say amazing job doing that because you're setting them up for such success as husbands too, if they, choose to go down that road. So that is amazing. And I feel the same way too, even with my girls. I have four children. Two of them are adults, and then my youngest two are still at home. And I've been working with them a lot on, emotions. And June, um, yeah, she's like your middle child.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we
with
go.
me. And I got a little teary-eyed when you were talking about your son because I can look at her and say, yeah, that's her. And
Yes.
with the girls being able to manage their emotions, it's been a game changer for them. And our situation is just it's a little unconventional right now. Just with where, yeah, I'm at with my whatever husband you want to call him. It's a long story. I won't go into it, but um, just coming from a lot of emotional abuse and the conditioning that you're talking about. And I would love to hear more about your take on the emotional patterns. That's something that I have been really digging deep into myself and, going down that road.
Yes. Okay. So in the attraction series, we're actually going to be going through every single week. We have to work with emotional patterns because it's the emotional pattern that keeps it stuck. It's like when you have the emotion, it's the glue that keeps it there. But we identify the emotional pattern. We identify how you got it, where you got it from, how it's manifesting in your life today. So I'll just read one of the weeks. Where is that one? Once again, I'll be sending it to Miranda or putting it in
Okay.
the chat here. So attracting fulfilling connections. This is week 10, but here's the thing. I'm going to preface this by saying if there's a heightened issue that week, that's what we work on. Because your unconscious mind, like, we're not going to, if you have an issue based on, like, I feel so angry this week, this happened, this happened, this happened, we are going to go into that. I don't care what the week is set up as. And you have two options anyway. So if we clear that on that day, which we probably will, you have an option to join twice a week to do clearings, which also make a big difference because your unconscious is getting the message, oh, she's cleaning things out. And so I have to say this too. When we start cleaning out the unconscious, other issues come up to the surface because the unconscious mind is saying, hey, you're doing the work. This is wonderful. And you have this.
I'm with you.
Yes. Yeah. So week 10, attracting fulfilling connections, finding yourself in unfulfilling, unsupportive relationships that block your joy. This week clears the subconscious patterns behind these connections so you naturally attract relationships that honor, support, and uplift you. Most likely, and I'm going to say this again, Christian background. I know that many Christian women are married to emotionally unavailable men. They're not available. And they're not bad. And here's the other thing. We're not judging them. We're not making them bad. They grew up that way. They were trained to do that. Now they have to now take responsibility and say, hey, you know what? I'm not emotionally available for my wife. I am not showing up for her this way. I they have to do the work themselves. We are not here to be their mothers. Like that is something I also married an emotionally unavailable man. I was like, I am not your mother anymore. You do the work. And that was it. Like I just refused to take on the role of the submissive wife. And because submission is because you choose to honor each other, because you choose to love each other. It is not based on control. That's not submission. So, like, that's something that we also have to take and like throw in the garbage because that we're not here to be controlled. We are here to be loved. We're here to have fulfilling relationships. And so now we have to look within us and find out, okay, why did I attract an emotionally unavailable man? Because there's a part of me that doesn't feel safe to be intimate. There's a part of me that doesn't feel safe to be in my divine feminine energy or to be, authentic or intimate. Like there's some kind of, there's a reason that I do that. Somewhere in me, it's not safe. And so that's some of the emotional patterns that we would work through as well. That's a
Oh,
good question, actually. Yeah, that's good.
I do have to jump, but I will
Okay.
go ahead
Good
and
meeting.
send you the recording too when this is done, Miranda.
thank you.
It was
All
so
right.
awesome meeting you, Crystal. Thank you for joining us today.
Love you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right, love you too.
Awesome. So Crystal, just kind of as we wrap up, I'm thinking like, who is this for, right? Like for me, it's somebody that's maybe in their business and just for me, it's like somebody that's just unhappy in their life with whatever relationships, financially, health, business, whatever. And you have a block and you feel like you've done everything and nothing's working. But who would you say this is for?
Ooh, you just said it. You just said it. Yeah, I work exactly with the people that say, my life isn't working. Like that's exactly what they say. Like this doesn't work. This doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not making consistent income, there's an emotional pattern and you can clear it and you can start making a consistent income. It like I mean, I seriously came from like I mean, I wasn't poor, but I wasn't rich either. And now I really am experiencing we are multi-million dollar investors.
Mhm.
That didn't happen because, you know, I tried to manifest it. I worked really hard to get it. I didn't do that.
Mhm.
I changed my inner world, the kingdom within me, so that I can experience being, because we're changing our identity when we do that. We have all these different filters, perceptions. We're changing our inner world. And Jesus even said, let your eye be single. And that's talking like you're going inward. You're going to change your perception. You're
Mhm.
changing the way you see yourself, the way you see the world, the way you see your connection with people around you. And so definitely working with people that, hey, my life's not working, and you do your inner work and your life will change effortlessly. It's not about working, it's not about trying harder.
Mhm. Okay. I love that. One last question because I heard you say manifest and it's so out there everywhere. So I'd love to kind of hear your take on that. I mean, you kind of have to do the work alongside it. You can't just sit there and like manifest and hope and pray and like visualize, right? Like there's more to it.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing, this is what most people haven't downloaded yet. We're always manifesting. You know that crappy relationship? You manifested it.
Yeah.
You know, like we're always consistently manifesting. We
Mhm.
are always manifesting. I remember sitting in my office one day and I thought, magical things don't really happen to me that often. And then so I did some like I just want some like random stuff to happen that would just be so much fun to let me know that I'm being supported by the whole universe, by God. Like, and when I say universe, I'm talking about universal principles. I'm talking about um like in our universe, we have several laws that govern the universe. So when I'm talking about universe, it's like this whole universe around us that's interacting with us. And so I sat in my office and I cleared out some patterns regarding like things not happening for me. I opened up my eyes. There's a mailman showing up here. He dropped a package off in front of the door, and we live in the country, so on an acreage, so we rarely have a mailman coming to our door. Anyway, I go to the door, I open it, and it was actually in a gift bag kind of form. And I thought, this is interesting. Like, I have no idea like who I would have got this from. Anyway, I opened it up. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this one part. One of the things that I said, like that I reprogrammed myself with is, you know what? I would like to like I want to experience and I made it really random because then you can't miss it. So if you pick something really random, when you're doing the work and what we're doing is we're filling in. So what do you after you clear out the old, you fill in. And so I filled in with I would like sunflower seeds. And it's so weird. But I don't know if you eat spits out there, but it's like you crack the sunflower seed and it's a little bit salty, you spit it
Yeah.
out. You spit
Yeah.
out the seed and you have the seed. Anyway, that's what I wanted. Like I wanted that. And so I went to the door. And inside the bag was the box. And in the box, I open it up. The first thing laying on top were sunflower seeds.
Crazy.
So random. And then there was a thermos. There was all kinds of other little, there was tea.
Wow.
And yeah, I know. And so I found out who we got the gift from, but the timing,
Mm,
couldn't miss the timing. I received it in the perfect time. And I can't, and here's the thing, you can do it too. Everybody can do that. We clear out the emotional patterns, we fill in what we really want, and we can start experiencing different results.
hmm I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much. So the best way people to get in touch with you is crystalderksen.com, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, thank
All
you.
right.
I
Yes,
appreciate you.
you're
I can't
welcome.
wait to start again next week. This week has been our break, and I'm like, wait, I need you. I need help. But no.
Yes,
All
so
right.
much
It's gonna
fun.
be fun. Thank you.
All right. Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you all
Thank
for
you.
listening. Take care. Bye.
Bye.